There's a lot to unpack tonight in the case of Luigi Mangione, the man accused of killing UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Earlier today, Mangione was denied bail in a Pennsylvania courtroom. As he entered the courtroom, he didn't hold back. He was shouting things like, "It's completely out of touch," and an insult to the intelligence of the American people, and "it's a lived experience." Mangione was arrested on Monday at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania after an employee called the police. Authorities said he had multiple fake IDs and a 3D printed gun with a suppressor. Now, the culture being where it is today, in the midst of this tragedy, the memes have been rolling in. So here to discuss the cultural side of this news story is Logan Hall. He's Blaze Media's digital strategist and meme expert. And Logan, yes. I will say everyone seems to be talking about Luigi right now. What do you think it is about him and this case that has just grabbed the attention of the nation?
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't really see this sort of crazy street violence where somebody just goes up to a big CEO of a big company and just guns them down in broad daylight. So I think that part of the aspect, part of it too, is that the news cycle has been kind of slower since Trump, since the election. So this is sort of what people glommed onto since it's been a little bit slower. But obviously that video was very shocking. And now with news of the suspect being caught and his social media, everyone just went crazy for it yesterday.
So we should say, I mean, leading into this and looking at, what people are joking around about in a very dark case online.
Yes.
I think part of it is because it's hard to tell what the hell's going on a lot these days. And when you look at this case, we got a guy who gunned someone down and, in broad daylight, as it were, right? I mean,
and the Monopoly money in the bag.
Monopoly money in the bag. Park. So you get this thing where you go, am I in a movie? Does this guy think he's in a movie?
Yeah.
Is someone making a movie? What's real here? And so I think there's an aspect of this, and then you're going to get into this, and then this sort of strange persona that he is, right? Who is very online. That just makes for a lot of jokes to sort of get us through this.
Yes,
and some very bizarre humor.
Yeah, the memes are very good. I think we're going to get to those soon. But yeah, it was. Well, part of it too was that a lot of these people, the internet, Elon likes to say you are the media now. So we have all of these internet sleuths that come on and try to give their own take or see, try to piece the puzzle together and say this is what happened. Here's why I am right. Here's my theory. And so you have tens of thousands of people who are doing this, and then at the same time, you have his own social media, which surfaces, and it is bizarre, like Matt said. He's following like RFK, AOC, Joe Rogan, Richard Dawson, so just like sort of a weird amalgamation of all these different types of accounts. And people are trying to understand, what drove him to this? What was his actual ideology? What were his political beliefs? And they seem to be a little bit all over the place. You can't really pin it down, and that adds further suspicion to this whole mystery.
We should say that from the very beginning, Jill and I were talking about this earlier, what the first thing that happens is people see the picture. In particular, women see the picture,
yes.
And they want to see more pictures.
Well, that leads very well into the first meme, because the first one is all about him flirting.
Yes. Yeah, so do we have the first one?
It says, like a true Italian, Luigi Mangione's fatal error as an assassin was giving himself away by stopping to flirt with the cashier at the cafe before going to work.
Yeah, so this is a really viral tweet from one of my mutual friends. I follow him, and I actually told him I'd be giving him a shout out on this program with that. But yeah, it is sort of a classic Italian kind of trope that they like a charming woman, and I have a buddy. I actually have a former roommate who is an Italian, and they look, eerily similar. I was kind of joking about that with him. I was joking about that with him, but yeah, the Italians, they do love a charming woman, and they like to smile at them.
They do. Now you have another one that's sued by Nintendo. It says, "I'm sorry, kid, you're getting sued too." And it says, by the CEO's family? And it says, no, by Nintendo. They said legally you can't be called Luigi.
So that one was great too. That's a joke about for those who don't know, Mario and Luigi are popular Nintendo
And the lawyer from
franchise.
Better Call Saul.
And that's the lawyer from Better Call Saul on the left. So yeah, a lot of we've been getting a lot of good Mario jokes. Somebody said Luigi was really upset that his brother Mario couldn't get healthcare because he was attacked by a turtle.
It's so strange because not only do we have all of these memes, Logan, but we also see like lookalike contests
Yep.
in New York now. Like his jacket that he was wearing, people have found the jacket online, and that is selling like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of world are we living in, Logan?
It's a pretty crazy one. He's already got, I think, something like 300,000 Twitter followers or X followers. Somebody said, get 300,000 followers with this one easy trick. But I think it's it's a crazy world and it's a crazy news cycle, and people just really were jumped on this news story.
Well, let's talk a little bit about why we think that is, because I think there's something going on here, right? There's more than going on the meets the eye, because again, it's just a very strange story. It's a very strange thing that happened. It signals both, sort of what happens in third world countries,
Yes.
where you gun down, CEOs and powerful figures in the middle of the street. It comes after these 2 assassination attempts, and then this strange guy is at the middle of it. I feel like my 2 cents is, and I want to know what you guys think. My 2 cents is just, there's something about like the American people sort of fumbling their way towards reality.
Yeah.
Like we're joking about it because it's just hard to know what's real.
Yeah.
And there's something in there happening here. Do you think that's right?
That is part of the issue with our digital environment, is that, and with how much the media lies, is that people, not Blaze News Tonight, but legacy media, is that people don't really know what to trust, and so it sometimes drives the social media. That's sort of the craziness of what social media does to people. I saw a great point made yesterday that we have all this information about the alleged shooter in this case and zero information.
Our own Matthew Peterson put this out.
Yes, and zero information about the attempted assassinations or the attempted assassins of Trump, which is very, very strange.
Yeah, tell me what you know about Thomas Crooks.
Yeah,
and then we
Ryan
have
Ralph-
Luigi's every single movement, every single thing. These are the books that he liked to read. We know so much information.
Well, so if people will respond to that by saying, they respond to that tweet by saying, oh, well, he was just more online. And my actual tweet was, it seems like, notice that it feels like we know more about this guy in a very short period of time than we learned about those 2 assassins. Yep. And part of it is because
you could find some online footprint by now.
Yes, and there was an online footprint for those guys. I mean, granted, the second one we knew something about, but with this guy, he was very online, which then makes people suspicious. Do we know that he's the one who committed the crime? There's already people talking about, is he a cutout, right?
Yeah. There are a lot of theories going out there right now that he was a fall guy, or he wasn't the actual assassin, that somebody else wanted the healthcare CEO dead, and it was sort of a deep state operation. Yeah. Who knows? There is a lot of weird facts about this, though. Like, why was he at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania with multiple fake IDs and the murder weapon? Right. I mean, if he's supposed to be this genius assassin, I don't know why he would be there at that McDonald's with the gun.
I have been to the McDonald's in Altoona, and I did not have a gun with me.
Yeah,
you wouldn't still be carrying the weapon around. Like, nobody is that dumb, even if you're not the top guy that could ever
Ivy League
conceive of
educated,
something
yes.
of this. Exactly.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that. Yeah. Logan, well, thanks for trying to make some sense out of this story, because it's 2024. We need Donald Trump to get back in the White House in 2025 and some sense of normalcy to come back. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.